Hello, and good morning.
Welcome to episode 13. I got that right?
Yeah, I think so, 13.
Welcome to episode 13 of the Girl Club. How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. Jasmine, how are you?
I'm very well. I got my coffee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's cheers. You got your tea.
I got my tea.
Cheers.
I'm not a big coffee person, so I got my tea. So if you're wondering why we're drinking tea, it is early in the morning. It's actually, it's 9:30. This is the earliest we filmed the pod.
Yeah, this is the earliest.
It'll be interesting to see the vibe and the energy that we come with. I think we feel good.
Yeah, exactly.
What time did you wake up?
About an hour ago, actually. No, an hour and a half ago.
So 8 o'clock. Oh, that means I was up before that. Oh,
you were up at 4?
No, before that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, are you that guy?
Ashton Hall, yeah.
Are you that guy with the morning routine?
The guy, funny, speaking of, did you see when he, there's a clip of him basically, he dives off the pier. He starts his jump into the pool at like 11:26, and then when he lands, it's like 4:30.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You didn't see that? Yeah.
Oh no, I just thought the dive was funny.
Yeah, no. So obviously he comes up to the pool. He's about to dive in. He jumps. It's 4:26 on the screen, and then when he lands, it's 4:30. And it's like, bro, like, yeah.
He just went for a dip just to have a dip.
Yeah, it just shows that like
Cold
socials.
plunge.
Don't believe what you see on socials because people are just editing what they want, but people are like eating it up because his routine is like mad.
Yeah, but do you think that's real?
I don't know, but I say everyone knows who he is, right? You guys know who? Yeah, because he's getting like 100 million of views.
We'll put the video up.
We'll put the video. It's the guy who basically runs Topless, and the sound is like.
Oh, it's that guy.
It's the same guy, yeah.
Okay.
The one who puts his face, but he's also the same one who does the whole face in the
Yeah, he
eyes.
did like 2
Thank you.
face plunges in the same morning routine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got that big bottle of blue water.
The
You know that's
Sarah-
rich water.
Yeah, I actually had to search it because I'm like, bro, the stocks have definitely gone up because they're getting so much.
Yeah, 100%.
What's the word? Free? I don't know if it's free publicity. Maybe they've reached out to him now.
Yeah.
But he's known for. If you read the comments as well, people are always giving out to him because he's never wearing socks.
Never wearing socks?
No.
People are weird. Why are you looking at a grown man's feet?
Yeah, no facts. But why is he wearing just shoes with no socks?
Oh.
Yeah, so before he goes on these runs, he just puts the foot on. Not even just the runs. Whenever he's going to the office, just barefoot.
Oh, no. Okay, that's weird. I
Just
thought you meant
toes
like
out.
he's always barefoot.
No, just toes
I said,
straight
mind
into
your
the thing,
business.
straight out.
Okay.
But
That's
funny
a bit
enough, there's
weird.
another guy who copies him like bar for bar. It's another American fitness coach person, and it's funny because he's getting loads of views as well, and he's like reaching all these milestones, and he's like, "Yo, thank God for this and that."
I think you need to thank your
Yeah,
inspo.
thank Ashton. Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. No, that's funny. But
Psycho behavior. They're not wearing socks or shoes. Come on.
yeah. But outside of that, my morning routine was I just woke up. I did some Bible study this morning. Good old Exodus, same old.
Oh.
And then we have a busy day ahead. We're getting our nails done later.
Yeah, we're getting our nails done. So I got Mike involved in my nail routine, I guess, about 5 months ago, I'd say.
Yeah, so I went just to go,
Yeah,
just to see what the sus is all about.
No, because
Or
you
the
had
hype
your
is all
nails
about.
done before, but they butchered
did?
it. Yeah, we went to a
we went
salon.
to
Like, if you know, you know.
Thai
Like
people, yeah.
and they just butchered your cuticles.
Yeah, because they're bleeding and everything. I was like, this can't be.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm so sorry. This was your first encounter.
Yeah,
Never again. So I was like, you're coming to my nail tech.
yeah.
So she
And
does
now I'm
biab.
hooked. Yes, sir.
So she'll just give you whatever. And you have biab, actually.
I do, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clear.
I've got clear today, but normally I've got matte.
We'll go back to gloss.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the gloss
Yeah.
one. But yeah, so I'm always gonna get clear because I'm not. Yeah,
Zesty.
I'm not getting. Yeah. that's the word. I'm not
So
gonna get
for the
pink and
for the men
blue.
listening, make sure you also invest in your nail care routine.
Yeah, because it looks good to be.
It does.
It's funny, right? Because when I first started getting it, I noticed the needs to want, not the need to want, but the need.
So upkeep.
No, yeah, but I want people to see my hands, like.
So you're just like, oh.
Yeah, so I could be like, yo, how are you? Like, how you doing? Long time no see.
But because it's so glossy, people notice it without you trying.
Yeah, true. I've noticed that as well. People are like, did you get your nails done? I'm like, oh yeah, I did actually. But funny enough, when I first got the gloss, I was a bit like, is this a bit too
much?
Yeah, because it's very
Just-
different, obviously, once you go from like not getting your nails done to like gloss. it's a bit,
But now you've had matte just to try it out, and it just looks so basic.
Yeah, the matte looks really like flat and plain. But it's a bit of a trap because once you start getting your nails done, you're kind of forced to get them again. And get them done again.
Yeah, because you need them. Again. You need them done.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like you need yours done like every 3 weeks, not 4.
Yeah,
but we go together, so mine's every 4.
Quickly as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're getting our nails done later. I'm going ski practice in the evening.
Why are you going ski practicing, Mike?
Because I'm going to skiing.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Why you'd need to practice it then?
Exactly, because I don't want to waste time. Because context. Me and the boys are going to somewhere in Switzerland.
The Alps.
I don't know.
You're going somewhere with snow anyway.
Yeah, we're lucky if it's actually snowing because apparently it's getting really warm there. But there should be snow.
Global warming.
It's funny because the boys were asking what do we need to pack, and I was like, at this rate, we have to pack some snow with us to bring there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going skiing / snowboarding, and because we're only there for like 3-4 days, we want to maximize like the amount of ski time we have. Because obviously you can get lessons there. I think we're doing 1 lesson, but I think you had options to do like 1, 2, or 3. We decided to just do 1. When they do 1 here in Manchester, out in Trafford Centre, because it's an indoor
slopes.
Indoor slopes. So we're going to do that this evening. That should be interesting. I think, right? So I used to skateboard a lot when I was younger and rollerblade. So in terms of like balance and stuff, I'm there. And even like when we go ice skating, I can still ice skate.
That's how I know I'd be shocking.
Yeah, so I think these skills should be transferable in some manner or form. So I think I'll be good on the slopes. If not, it is what it is.
Look, if you fall down, at least it's like kind of cushiony. You're not falling on concrete or anything like that, like you would with skates or skateboarding. Yeah. Like at least if you fall, it's not that bad. And also you're going to be wearing like really warm clothes, like your puffer jacket and everything.
Yeah.
So it might be nice to.
Yeah. I think with these things, the reason why people find it hard is like, especially like ice skating, it's one of those where like you have to commit. So, with certain activities you can kind of do bit by bit, but like with ice skating, it's one of those where
0 or 100. In
a sense, because it's like you need to actually do the movements to start flowing. Do you get me?
How do they teach? So say you had like a child there. How are they doing it then? Is there, because with ice skating you got the penguin to balance on and stuff. Yeah. Is there something for kids? Because I'd need that.
In ice skating or for?
No, for like skiing and snowboarding.
I've never been.
Let me know, because I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah, I think it's all technique though, because even with ice skating, it's very similar to rollerblading. It's just about like weight distribution and actually like leaning in.
You're saying that as if I was able to do any of that. I bought wheelies back in the day and I took the wheels out because I couldn't use them.
That's hilarious.
I was scared.
That's hilarious.
Every time it like went a bit, faster than walking. Then I was like, no, this is too much for me.
Yeah,
this is
hilarious.
Adrenaline enough.
Yeah, no, I loved all that. Like, I was proper like scared of dude. Not scared of dude, but it's funny because like we all played football. We all skateboarded and rollerblade as well. It's kind of like the circle I was in. But this is even before I moved to Athlone. But so skiing. I'm excited for that. I'm trying to get some cold content, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna cook.
Yeah.
Well, that's the plan. Really good. That's the plan. Because I've seen other people's videos and I'm getting a bit of inspo here and there.
Well, you have to.
So I have like an idea of what I'm trying to do. I wish I had like those 360 lenses. Those big with the big stick. And then it's like people.
And it looks like a dome.
Exactly. Yeah. But like you can look in all directions. I wish I had one of those.
Yeah.
I might check how much they are.
Who knows? Someone might have one when you're there, and you might network and just say, "Hey,
man." I'll shoot you with my
shot
Sony.
for shot.
Shot for shot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I might have to do that. So then that's exciting. And what are you doing today then?
I'm getting my nails done. I've got some calls, so I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm actually off my 9 to 5 today, but I'm doing some of my contracted work today. So I'm gonna do that.
I've got boxing today as well. Actually.
Yeah, and you got
after they beat me up yesterday, but I have to go back in again today.
So nice busy day.
Quick service announcement. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the episode. Peace. So, guys, by the time you guys are watching this or listening to this, Mother's Day. Actually, wait, guys, welcome to the Growth Club.
Welcome to the Growth Club
with Mike
and Jasmine,
where we discuss all things growth, business, life.
And today, mothers.
Today, Mother's, yeah. So this is our Mother's Day special, our Mother's Day themed episode. So by the time you guys are watching or listening to this, Mother's Day would have been the Sunday prior.
Yeah, if you're listening from
Europe.
Europe, yeah.
Or just the UK?
It's the UK and Ireland. The US have a different...
What about France, Germany, all those guys?
Do they celebrate Mother's Day? I'm joking. Yeah, I think it's the same.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So today we're going to discuss mothers. So I'm going to ask you a question, Jasmine.
Okay.
One that just popped in my head.
Okay, love that.
Because actually, funny enough, yesterday I was editing. By the time this is out as well, if you guys go to my personal Instagram, you'll see a video, or YouTube. I don't know where I'm going to post it yet. But I basically asked my mom a bunch of questions, and just to kind of get insight into how her life was, and basically questions that as a child you wouldn't ask your parents because you don't think about these things.
Yeah.
So I decided to sit her down and basically ask her all these questions. So
that's really nice. You know, I did that for my mum and dad, but I didn't film them.
Did you?
But I got them a book.
Yeah.
For them to fill out.
Yeah, I've been seeing stuff like that.
I gave it to them like nearly a year ago, and Dad uses it as a mug holder, just a placemat or something. He hasn't filled it out.
Yeah, but you gave them homework, bro.
Yeah, but it's to talk about themselves.
Yeah, I think you should have done it the way I did it. I think you will. Do you know what? I'll help you. Actually, no. I think it's better when it's just you.
No, we need to create an incentive. So if you fill this out,
I'll come back home for a week.
No, because I like coming back home. If you fill this out, I don't know, take them out to dinner, take them somewhere. I don't know. I need to think of an incentive because I need those books filled out.
Yeah.
And it's not good enough, guys.
Yeah, it's not. But
anyway, back to
that as well. The reason I decided to ask my mum these questions because I feel like definitely in my demographics, so like African people, or at least like my age, there's a lot of things that we don't ask our parents, or we don't know about our parents, because especially in like African culture, it's very much so your elder is superior to you, and if I say this, you do that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that relationship isn't really.
There isn't that bond.
No. Not to say there isn't a bond, but it's not like symbiotic. It's not like, yo, what's up, my guy? And you get me? It's not like that.
Okay.
You see what I'm trying to say?
It's very much like you're the parent, you're the child, you're not buds, you're not friends.
Exactly, we're not friends. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I think in this era, I feel like a lot of us now, because we didn't have that, I'm speaking generally now, because not everyone is the same. Because I kind of did have that with my mom. I was kind of lucky with that. I think we now want to be friends with our kids, but obviously within limits, because it's like, I'm still your parent, I'm still your dad. You know what I'm saying? So with that, now that I'm older, there's a lot of questions that I'm now asking my mom to get more insight into, like, what was life for her, like for her coming to Ireland from Africa in 1998. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, what was the times like around then? And just kind of asking her questions about me and just motherhood. And so if you guys are interested, I'll put the link in the bio. You guys can have a little watch of that.
Yeah.
But so question for you. If you're to describe your mom in one word, what would it be? And this is strict now. One word, and then I'm going to ask you why.
Oh, one word.
Take your time. No rush.
No, I've already got the word, but I'm like, is that the word I'm going to use? Because it's the word that she would use for me.
If it applies, it applies.
Yeah, it would be precious.
So I posted this print of you yesterday on my story. And so guys, there's a print up here. You guys can't see it, right? But it's a picture of Jasmine. I put it on my story, and literally her mom messaged me saying, "My precious!" exclamation mark. I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but you call me that now as well.
Yeah, so now I call you precious as well. Because her mom, when you guys see like Jasmine's mom look at Jasmine, it's like, it's almost like she goes into a trance. Like she's just so in awe of you. Yeah, like awe is the word. I've never seen that before. It's really nice. It's lovely to look at.
I know. But I feel it sometimes. I'm like, Mum, what?
Like, stop looking.
Are you okay? Stop.
Snap out of it.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd probably
be... why precious? Sorry.
because when you meet her, she's just such a cute, lovely, perfect woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing bad that anyone could say about her. She's just, when you look at her, you're like, that's precious. Like she'd probably say that about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, who could dislike her? No one. She's just the nicest person ever.
Except for some weirdos. You know yourself, Rita.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, she's just the nicest person ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I describe her.
Okay, that's a good word.
How would you describe her, actually?
Your mum?
Yeah, let me turn it back on you.
Yes. Good one. I like that. Good question. How would I describe Rita? I'd say I'd use the word pure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like she hasn't got a single bad bone in her body.
Yeah, this is kind of what I'm saying.
Like I've never seen her like feel anger towards a certain person or people for any reason whatsoever. Like there's no malice in her system.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I would describe her. And especially like how she took me in when I first came to visit you guys. And it was just very warm and friendly off the bat.
Yeah.
And obviously we kind of had that connection because your mum's Irish as well. So I think that's like, I think that's the word I'd use.
Oh, she calls you like your second mum.
Yeah, because she is my second mum.
Yeah. No, but like she writes in the cards, you're like, to my son. And
yeah.
So it's nice. You've got that motherly bond, not just because she's my mum, but it's like also.
Oh yeah, like she treats me like her son.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Okay. Let me think of a few questions.
You don't want to ask me how I describe my mom in one word?
No, I do. That was the question. How would you describe your mum in one word? Dramatic effect. Pause.
Sorry, no, I was looking at the
camera. You were
camera.
checking the camera.
Yeah, I was looking at the camera. I'm like, oh, those are zebra lines. Describe my mom in one word. Okay, a word's popped into my mind straight away. Now I just want to see if I can think of another word.
That was with me, and I still had to go with precious.
Mine's strong.
Yeah. That is a nice word to use.
Yeah, I think. My mom's been through a lot.
Yeah.
And if you're to meet her, you wouldn't know. That's because she's learned to deal with certain things that she's been through, and just growing up with her. Because for a lot of the time, it was just like me and my mom. Obviously, I have an older brother, but he was still back home at the time. So up until, I don't know, I was, how old is Frank?
18.
Frank's 9 years younger than me. So yeah, up until I was probably like 9, it was literally just me and her. And until Serge came as well. I mean, my older brother came as well. So I just seen what it was like for her to raise me by herself in Ireland at that time. And yeah, I think strong is definitely the word.
I like hearing stories about you guys when it was just you two. Like she'll be telling me what it was like, what you were like, even when you were little. And I'm like, oh, that's so Mike.
What would she be saying?
So it's where like she'll be driving in the car. Well, there's two times that she told me about this.
I know what you're gonna say.
She'll be driving in the car, and still back then she was the same as she is now. She's always thinking about Jesus, always praying, and so sometimes her mind isn't in the present.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of like noticing this, and you're like, Mom, don't forget to turn left. Turn your indicators on. And you're like in the back, and I can just imagine. I can just imagine like you're in like, I don't know, a booster seat or whatever. And you're like, Mom, turn left, indicators. Yeah. And you're still like that today. Is your light on? Mom, turn your light on. And you just being like a little boy, just so cute.
That's hilarious.
And then she said you did like similar things when you'd be walking somewhere as well. I don't know, you always took direction. Yeah. And so I was like, that's just so cute and wholesome.
Yeah.
So it's nice hearing stories from her POV of what you were like when you were little, and just seeing your
I like hearing them too, because obviously you don't really remember all these things as a kid. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really like that.
Very cute.
Yeah, shout out to Mom.
Yeah. Do you want to know what I think? What my word would be?
Yeah, go for it.
I know, I got to actually think of one. Okay.
Can't be the same as mine.
No, I know. Oh, what's the word for this? I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't have the word
describe
for it.
And then we'll find the word.
Okay. She is like all loving and all welcoming. Like with me, she took me, like how you described my mum, took me in.
Hospitable?
That's not the word I'm trying to use.
Okay, describe
even though she is. She's just very loving. Like treats me like one of her own as well. And like she'll call me up random times, like, hey, how's it going? Just checking in on you. And
I think she calls you more than she calls me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. And she's just like, she's just a really loving person. Yeah. And it's got no, again, like what you'd say about my mum is pure. I'd say your mum and my mum are very similar in that respect.
Yeah.
They treat us as if they're their own.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm your mum's and you're my mum's.
Yeah.
Like that's how it is.
Yeah. So okay, going off that, what's one main characteristic your mum has that you think you've taken from her?
I would say always we always want to help in any way we can if we see that someone is struggling with something, whether that's like a financial issue or if they just need a friend, or if they, for example, like many times my mum's invited strangers over for like Christmas dinner and stuff like that.
My mum's done similar stuff.
Yeah.
She's had people stay over that we met at the park.
Yeah, literally. And so like I have that as well when if I see someone who needs something, I'll always want to go there and help.
Yeah.
So I can't just ignore that. Otherwise it'll just play in my mind.
Yeah, so giving
probably generosity maybe.
Giving. Yeah.
What about you?
I'd probably say it the same. I think my mum's approach to like life in general is just her being very much so like, I don't know, it is what it is, isn't really what I'm trying to say, but her approach to life is very much so
God's plan.
Just do what you can, leave the rest to God.
Yeah.
And her work ethic as well, because I've seen her work a lot. Mm-hmm. So I think I do that a lot as well. Like I can't sit still. Like I always need to have to do something. Like I can't just be there existing. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I think I definitely I think I got that from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so. I'd say that's one thing that you guys have in common quite a lot.
Which one now?
The work ethic and just so there's the work ethic, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what's one piece of advice? What's the best piece of advice you think your mum's given you? Actually, better question.
Mm-hmm.
What's one piece of advice that your mum's given to you that you didn't listen to and she ended up being right?
Oh, so many things. Oh, I can't even think of just one.
Oh, just give us
one piece of advice.
Give us the best one then.
One piece of advice that I didn't think was right.
So maybe your mom said, Jasmine, I don't think you should do this, or I feel a way about this person. Mm-hmm. And you, obviously us being kids, were like, no, Mom, I know what I'm doing. And then she ended up being right. And when you went back to her this is such a long question. And when you went back to her to be like, okay, Mom, you're right. How did she react?
One thing that comes to mind is like how you dress when you're younger. And I'm not saying that I dressed like crazy. I'm just saying that there was ways that I could have dressed better. And my mum always said that, leave things to the imagination. You don't have to, men prefer like dressing if you dress more conservative.
Of course.
So respect yourself more.
Love it.
And not to say that I was going out in a bikini. It was never like that. But maybe like, you know how it is. Like you might wear a skirt that's a little short or so on. Like, no. This is how everyone's dressing. It looks nice.
You're trying to be cool then.
Yeah. And now I dress more conservative. And I think it looks like, my mum always said classy is way better than anything else. Like the classy look is the nicest look. and it's the look that's more respected. And now I completely agree. So now and so like even recently, I think my mom was like, "Oh, I love how like, oh, you look so nice, and I love how you're dressed." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. This is the way to go." She's like, "I told you." And that's it, really. It was never a big deal. But yeah, she's definitely right about that. But obviously, you don't see that when you're younger. You're like, I just want to dress how I want.
Yeah.
But then when you grow up, you're like, actually, no. Like, even coming to in terms of makeup as well, less is more.
Yeah. So where were you getting your fashion sense from then? Was it just like online or just what your friends were wearing then?
It was a mixture of everything. So, you know, I was really into Lady Gaga when I was younger and Avril Lavigne. So I took a lot of inspo from celebrities. It was mainly celebrities really, because I feel like a lot of people...
What was your swag back then?
Oh, I had so many stages. There was like emo, and then there was like Hilary Duff at one point, which was just like a lot of like...
Hilary Duff's Lizzie McGuire, right?
Yeah, so it was a lot of like layers and cardigans and scarves. So many different...
Misunderstood type vibe.
No, arty, I'd say, maybe. And then there was time where I was in college with like wearing a lot of denim, double denim, and just arty, you know, because that was how everyone was dressing in college.
We thank God for growth, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Grow club.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, that's nice. I like the fact that when you did come back to her, she's just like, hey, told you. So it's almost as if she knew you were going to come around to it.
Yeah, I think it just comes with maturing.
Did she like drill it into you, or was it more of a showing it by example? Like how she dressed is kind of how she was teaching you how to dress.
Yeah, but she'd also voiced it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
She was like, where are you going with that type of thing?
No, not even, because it was never that bad. It was just, it needed refining.
Yeah, little tweaks here and there.
Yeah, so it was never like she stopped me going out anywhere how I was dressed. It was never like that.
Okay, good.
But it was just like, okay, good, you say. But it was like, this is how it could look better. And if you're wanting attention, not if you're wanting attention, but you're going to get the wrong attention if you dress like that.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Facts.
But yeah, what about...
I hope you pass that down to our future daughter.
Yeah, of course. What about you? What's one thing that your mum had taught you when you were younger that you didn't listen to, and now you're like, oh yeah, you know what? I think you're onto something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some things I still think, yeah, she's doing too much. Cause even like, okay, no, I won't go into that. That's too deep. What's one thing? Yeah, so I think the only thing I remember, but at the end of at this point, I still don't know if it ended up being right or wrong or whatever. But there was a lot of friends I had when I was quite young, and then she'd be like, "This person isn't good. That person isn't good."
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, like because like I moved away around a lot. I don't think I got to see the reason why that person was good or that person was bad. Even on reflection, I'm like, like, do you know what I mean? But I think it's easy for them to see how you're getting treated amongst your peers. You see what I'm trying to say?
No,
but obviously,
definitely.
in that moment, like I was fine. I wasn't getting like bullied or anything. It was all good. But in terms of advice, I think she reads people really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's even like, maybe we could say like I introduced her to someone and she's like,
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know about that one, but do you see what I'm trying to say? And obviously, moving forward, yeah, that didn't work out. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think stuff like that, I think she's really good. She has really good discernment and she can read people really well. I think so too. I don't think I do.
Really?
No.
I feel like I have feelings about people as well, and my mum does as well. Maybe it's a woman thing.
Yeah,
I think it is a woman thing.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I'm very... what's the word I'm looking for? Like when people put their best foot forward, I take it as that until I have a reason not to. So it's kind of like I try not to judge too early, but then when I find out, it might be too late.
Yeah, there needs to be a balance. I think you've heard women's intuition is never wrong, and I think that comes down to it.
Yeah,
I think that definitely comes down to it. I think you just know in your gut how someone's moving. Even when we're in India, I knew that guy was moving weird, but you were like, hey, "This is great," and I was like, hilarious. "I'm not sure about this."
Yeah,
I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, so we're on episode 13. Yeah, so this was actually the first episode. If you guys go back to the first episode, we're talking about how we basically got stalked in India. So just to quickly recount it, if you weren't there for that episode, we were in India. We were in Assam, in Guwahati, in the state of Assam, East India. So me and Jazz were going for a stroll because that's what we do when we travel. If you want to go see that, check out our YouTube, Planes and Gains, for travel content, raw, authentic, India. So yeah, we're going for a stroll, and then we're in this food court. This guy comes over to us. He's like, "Oh, where are you from? You're from, except we were like, oh, we flew in from England. We're here for a wedding." And bear in mind, we're just sat there, and he just come over and start chatting to us. And now, bear in mind, where we are, not a lot of people speak English. So the fact that he can speak English, we're like, oh, nice, sick.
You were like,
okay. I was like, yeah, nice, sick. And then we kind of wanted to see the raw side of this like city. So I was asking him, yo, like, can you show us this place or that place? And then he's like, yeah, of course. And bear in mind, he's saying like he's a businessman. He does this. I'm like, oh, this is an active guy, and etc. And I'm like, well, where'd you learn English? He said, oh, he studied here, studied there. I'm like, oh, seems like a stand-up guy. To be fair, he did look funny. I'll give him that. But like I said, I wasn't trying to judge him too quick. Did you get me? And so yeah, that kind of happens. And then I tell him we're gonna meet him up we're gonna meet up with him the next day. So I get him to help us get a taxi home. So I give him our hotel address just so he can give it to the taxi man. Not the taxi man, so the auto rickshaw guy. Because I wasn't trying to get ripped off. So I wanted him to do the negotiating and make sure that we're not getting ripped off. And then I told him, yo, I'll message you in the evening to see if we'll meet up or not. So then I didn't even message him. Then the next morning I wake up to like 2 messages and a missed call. Man saying he's on his way. And I'm like, to where? So this guy shows up at our hotel. Long story short, he's asking if he can come up to the room because he wants to see the view. I had to go down and basically say nah, and then basically long story short, I got the receptionist to kick him out. Because, yeah, he was just moving funny.
When we posted about this, a lot of people in the comments from Assam was like, he's not from here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, facts.
And it makes sense because I was like, Mike, if he's from here, why does he want to come up and see the view? Like, this is his city.
Yeah.
But like...
that's when it started to get weird. Because I was like,
that's when it started to get weird.
No, obviously him showing up, and I didn't say pull up. Yeah. But at the same time, cultures are different. He may wanted to like take initiative.
Yeah, of course.
So at that point, I'm still like, okay, cool.
That confirmed it for me, though.
But I was like, when he wanted to call, I'm like, bro, you're being weird now, man. I was even telling him, like, yo, you can't like just show up like this.
No.
He's like, oh no, don't worry, I'm just trying to do it.
No.
Do you know?
No.
Yeah. So yeah, I think. Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll learn. You need to. It's like a muscle. You need to work the intuition muscle. But don't worry. I should have spoken up sooner. But I was so socially drained that I was putting it down to that. And then the next day, I felt the exact same way. And that's when I said to you, I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to. I'd rather us do our own thing. So next time, I'll speak up a lot sooner. And yeah, you just don't be giving people our address. Please.
It wasn't on purpose.
You purposely gave him our address.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't like, hey, here's our address. It was like, give this to tell the tax firm we're going here.
No, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, that was
anyway. Yeah.
Anyway, back to the mothers.
Jeez.
How was it? Wait, actually, no. Speaking of, how did your mum react to that whole story? If you remember.
No, luckily it hasn't been brought up. Oh no. Actually, she was like, "Oh, I was watching it, and I was thinking, thank God you're already here, back. I'm not watching it live."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah."
That's hilarious.
I was like, "Don't worry, though. No one's gonna mess with Mike."
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah. Well, what is one thing then you'd want to thank your mum for this year? No, not this year.
This year.
No, in general. What's one thing that you'd like to thank your mum for? If you want to thank her for anything.
Yeah, no, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
I'll start with the gift of life. You know, that's the first thing she did for me. So I appreciate her for that. Thank you, Mama. And then
that's a big one.
Yeah, big one. Second thing I'd say is I think she trusts me a lot.
Oh, yeah. You're very independent.
Yeah, like she trusts me a lot. She never forced me to do certain things or like she never tried to mold me into what she thought I should be in life.
No, she didn't force you to go to university.
Yeah, exactly. But I think, I think I had that privilege because I was a good kid as well. Like I wasn't like off the rails. Like, do you know what I mean? I knew what I was kind of doing. And like I was like good in school and stuff like that. So I think I kind of built up that like dynamic where she could allow me to, you know what I mean, do what I wanted to do. Because even like when it comes down to uni, she's still to this day. Bear in mind, I went to uni like nearly 10 years ago now. She still doesn't know what I did.
Didn't she say the other day you did physio or something?
No, I think it was even worse than that. Yeah, context. I did physics in uni, but I can't even remember.
I think it was physio.
Was it?
I think so. Because it was something to do with like muscles and stuff.
Yeah, it was something nothing to do with what I was doing. And then she's like, Mike, don't you do this? I'm like, not everything hospital related is what I did. You get me?
Yeah.
So I think I definitely had that. I want to thank her for support. And even like when I told her I'm leaving my job, she's like, hey, okay.
Yeah, I love that.
Do you see what I'm trying to say? It wasn't like are you sure or this or that? She's just like, oh, we'll just put it in prayer and we'll go that way.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, and I think definitely in those type of like moments where I'm doing like a big thing, like just leaving my job. Any words of like worry /
fear,
would probably get to me a lot because I'm like, this is a big decision. It's not a smart decision, but it's a decision I feel like I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, she always just kind of backed it, and she's like, look, we'll put it to prayer and we'll go like that. So I think that was definitely, I think that's one thing. And I think that's one thing I'll do as well for like moving forward for our kids. I think it'll be very much so. Actually, well, yeah, I needed my son to be like a pro boxer or footballer or something. So
okay,
I might do.
You are trying to mold, just a bit of molding.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a bit. In the early years, I need to do the molding and then
conditioning.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not one of those like people who are like oblivious. So if he's whack at football, I'll know.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be like.
How would you break it to him?
I'm gonna have to say, bro, like the same for you, man. Because life is tough like that. Do you get me?
You can
he either finds out when he's 8 that he can't kick ball, or he waits till he's like 16 and everyone's bullying him in school saying, "Oh, you're whack." So at 8, if he doesn't have the technique, the legwork, etc. for football, we push him into boxing.
Okay.
He's just gonna be a fighter.
Okay.
Just scrap for a living.
That's hilarious. It's either footballer or scrap for a living.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What would you? What's one thing you thank your mama for?
Always being supportive. So again, very similar to yours. In everything that I do, no matter what. Again, I was never pushed into education to anything. Whatever I wanted to do, it was supported.
How did she support you though? Like in. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, Shmap, but
support is very broad. So how did she give you this support?
She would just allow me to pursue what it was that I wanted to do. She wouldn't say, "Oh, well, I don't think you should do this. I think you should do this instead." She wasn't opinionated. She's not opinionated. She's like, "Okay, well, what is that?" She'll want to learn. But yeah, she'll never like try and persuade me to do something else. She might always offer like ideas, but she'll never force me or mold me into doing something else. She'll be like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Like everything that I've chosen to do career-wise and everything like that has been my choice. And yeah, that's it really. It's supportive has been the biggest thing.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, many things.
Give us another thing. Because my answer was supportive, so it just feels like we're doing that again.
I know, but I already had supportive in my mind.
Anything else?
Remind me of the question again so I can think brand new.
I think it was. Did you say one thing you want to thank your mum for?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So supportive being one. I'd say as well, always being caring and having a big heart. So I always feel like I can go to my mum. I never have to worry or like, oh, how is she going to take this, or I need advice, or she's going to scream at me. Like I never have to worry about that. So yeah, she creates a safe space
for you to like tell her stuff.
Yeah.
So she's very what's the word I'm looking for?
Maybe trustworthy.
Approachable. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell her anything. I mean, you could tell her anything too, and she'd never judge. She's very approachable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
It creates a safe space, because I think when you're not approachable, it's going to be difficult for your kid or your child to come to you with anything, because I'm like, oh, how are they going to react? Or
yeah, I think,
and it's going to be like going to a head teacher sort of thing at school. Like you don't want to get disciplined or get in trouble, and that might happen. You might be disciplined, but it's like, do you feel safe going there?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Because if your child doesn't have that place to go and vent or say this has happened, then who are they going to go to?
Yeah, exactly.
That's when outside external excuse me. That's when like outside external support may start to play a hand, and then basically
raise your kid for you.
Exactly, because if you don't raise them at home, they'll get raised outside.
Oof.
Yeah, no, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, you're deep in that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just like, wow. Like, even the concept of mothers is crazy, isn't it?
In what way?
I don't know. It's like, because remember now, we were watching Maths yesterday, right? And that lady, for people that don't know, Maths is Married at First Sight. It's basically reality dating type show.
Yeah.
Both, like, full of like normal looking people.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put that in. So, what's that lady, Morena? Yeah. So,
she's toxic.
She's like in her 50s and 60s, right? But she's so like not self-aware.
Not self-aware at all.
Do you get me? And she's just a very jarring and annoying person.
Yeah.
So I was thinking as well, I wonder what her kids think of her.
I asked that question as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're never going to look at our mothers as this type of way or that type of way. So that's what I mean by the whole concept of mothers. We almost see them as like, in the majority of it.
Yeah.
We almost see them as like the perfect being. Like, this is my mom. I love her so much.
Mm-hmm.
But then outside of that, your mom could be really annoying and really jarring and just very confrontational. And you see what I'm saying? So it's like, see the way we're obviously speaking about our moms like this. It'd be interesting to ask other people who've like met them in maybe different scenarios or instances. Like, what's your view?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But almost as like a spy, so they don't know you're her child. We're like, hey, yo, what do you think about that lady?
I always thought, what would it be like to be my mum's friend when she was younger?
Oh yeah, talk about that. That's cool.
I would have loved the opportunity.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, and to just see what she was like when
you think
she
she's
was
like one of the cool girls on the block.
I think she would have been just a really nice friend to have. Yeah, it would be interesting, and then you get
what
to know.
What type of friend though? What type of friend? Because there's different types of friends.
Yeah, I think she'll be someone who is always there for you. I don't think she would have been someone who would have ever spoken bad about you behind your back. And I think she would have been someone to go out with. That would have been fun, because I know my mum used to love to go out back in the day. Go dancing and so on. She was always fun. She was always making jokes and making friends, and she was always sociable. So yeah, I think she would have been fun. What do you think your mum would have been like if you were friends with her back in the day? Because what we hear from your auntie, she was like the fashion icon.
Yes, So I was gonna say, depends on when you asked me. Because if you see my mum now, she's very like low key. She doesn't do too much. Goes to work, goes home, watches Korean shows all day. That's all she does. And yeah, so when I went to Ivory Coast a few years ago, I was chatting to her auntie.
To your auntie?
Not her auntie. My auntie. And my auntie's my mom's younger sister. So she was saying like how like my mom was like literally the talk of the town, so cool, fashion icon. They used to go to parties together. And I'm like, who my mom? As in like Silla, her. And she's like, yeah, and she's showing me pictures, and basically like I got another glimpse into what like my mom was like. But my auntie was also saying like when she went to Ireland, she's completely changed. And I think that's because of just the stresses of life. I think things kind of change.
Ireland isn't really the place to express your fashion either.
Yeah, but I don't think it's anything to do with Ireland itself. I think it's just the move from Africa to a completely new place by yourself. It was just the stresses of life. You see what I'm saying?
But even so, looking at old pictures of you guys in Ireland, she was like, her outfits were still cool. They were like business chic.
Yeah. No, she was proper into it. But it's when my auntie kind of showed me that or told me that, I did kind of look at her different, because then it's like, wow, you guys like had lives before us. You see what I'm saying? Like we think their lives are us, but it's like, no, you're a person who had your own life without us. Yeah, pre-Mike, which was probably crap until I came here. I get it, but it's I think like when you step back and remember, like your mom's like a person. Which which sounds obvious, but it's like she has feelings, she had goals, and these are kind of the questions I was asking my mom. I'm like, was there any? So one of the questions I asked in the video that I was talking about was there anything that you wanted to do or explore that you didn't get a chance to because you became a mother? Because naturally as well, mothers have to sacrifice a lot for their kids. So I was asking her, was there any stuff that she wanted to do, stuff like that, and I also asked her, like, were you ready to be a mom? Did you feel ready to be a mom when, obviously you became a mother? And because like, if you think about it as well, like they were girls.
Yeah.
They were children as well at some point. So we see them as this like strong mom.
You only know them as a mom.
Yeah, we only know them as a mom, not as a person. And I think trying to like step out of that perspective and just see them as a person, I feel like you'll have a lot more questions for them, because it's like, wow, you did this and this and that outside of the whole mom scenario. So I think as kids as well, it's important to remember as well, like they're humans.
Yeah.
They have feelings. As much as we see them as strong and resilient, this is just a person who's
trying.
Yeah, is trying and has dedicated a big portion of their life, maybe the majority of their life, to give you life. You see what I'm saying? So that's like a mad sacrifice that parents do. Some parents.
Yeah.
Fathers. Not mine. But do you see what I'm trying to say? So, jeez. Shout out to mothers, man.
Shout out to mothers.
Yeah.
How has your mum supported you in your career and your business? Like now that you've left job and everything, how does she support you?
How does she support me? Does she even know what I'm doing? No, she doesn't.
No one knows what you do.
Yeah, no, fair. How does she support? I think just words of encouragement and just prayer. I think that's just mainly it. Sometimes I don't really go to her to vent or anything, but she might ask me like, how's business, etc. I'm like, oh, it's like this, it's like that. She's like, okay, don't worry, we'll pray about it. I think that's kind of like the main thing. And again, I think she trusts me.
Yeah.
That I have it in hand and it will work out, because it has to. Like, there's no other option but for it to, like, there's no plan B, plan A only.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely heavy on that.
There's never any, oh, Mike, are you sure about this? Or she's never asked me, are you sure you want to do this or do that?
Yeah.
It's just been.
No, I can't imagine her saying that, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. So I think that's been the best way she supported me, I reckon. And then, I guess how for you then? How was that then?
For me, just always understanding. So it's like if I've got to do some work here and there, and where it should be family time, like they completely get it. I'd say both my mum and my dad both support me in what I do, just through their understanding and giving me the space to do it.
Okay.
If that makes sense. And always offering ideas as well. Like mum's always saying, oh, you could try this, you could try this. So if I have a problem, she'll always try, and if she could have a magic wand and solve all of my problems, she would do it.
I know.
Yeah. And I think it bothers her that she can't.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, her understanding and her efforts always is how she supports me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm just thinking.
What are you thinking about?
I was thinking about something, then I went blank. So now I'm trying to like remember it again.
Trying to catch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm literally grasping at it. 2 seconds. Say what you said again.
She supports me in
Okay, so I know where I was gonna go, right? So let's flip this switch a bit.
Okay.
Right? Because we're giving our mothers a lot of praise. Let's switch it a bit.
Okay.
Is there anything that you wish they did more of?
No.
Or anything you wish they didn't do?
No, I don't think so.
Have a think first. It's not necessarily like a negative thing.
No. Maybe move abroad. That would have been nice. So I didn't have to grow up in the UK. Hilarious. Guys, why didn't they do that?
Yeah.
Why didn't they invest early? Why didn't they?
Yeah, I swear, man.
Why didn't they invest in property or stocks or buy another house?
They should have invested in Google back then. That's what they should have
invested in Bitcoin. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, we could have done that. To be fair. Not at that age. I was Bitcoin 2011.
Yeah, I was 12.
Yeah, you should have been looking at. You should be on.
Hey, you were older than me. You should have.
Yeah, I know. I should have had my.
Don't be coming for me.
Binance account, reading my chats, analysis. I was too busy being the kid, though. That's the issue. That's why, like, I'm on to my brother now. I'm like, yo, check the markets. And then my other brother, I'm like, yo, have you got your store up yet? And yeah, but yeah, one of them's listening, the other isn't. We're still working on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think from my side, there's anything I wish my mom did more of. I think it's only now that I've gotten her to like not soften up, but she's very much so like I think she was very blunt.
Mm-hmm.
Which has made me a bit blunt as well. So it's a good thing. But I think there's certain instances where I didn't want the bluntness when I got bluntness.
Yeah.
So I think what's a good thing about that is that I've kind of learned that, okay, cool. There's good times and bad times to be blunt. And I think I've learned how to communicate that now as well with others now, because it's not every day give the answer as you see it. Sometimes you need to
soften it.
Yeah. So I think not even just with my mom, I think in every relationship you have, whether that's friends, people, etc. I think when you're treated a certain way, sometimes you can take lessons out of that because you realize, oh, I didn't like that. So now you can now apply that to others.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was gonna say. But yeah, but blunt in a good way.
I was thinking of having, the big growth question of the week, bringing that back.
Okay, are we going to bring it back next week again? Or?
Yeah, why not?
We need people to. Can you give them a PSA and get them to actually?
Okay, so guys, we're gonna have what we have been doing. Big growth question of the week. We're still, finalizing the name. So we're gonna ask you a question, and we'd love if you could answer it and send us the answer to our email, which will be in our bio, which I think is thegrowthclubpodcast@gmail.com. But yeah, it's in the bio. So we're going to ask you the question. If you answer it, we'll read it out next week.
We'll keep it anonymous though.
Yeah, we'll keep it anonymous.
Let us know.
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice your mum or mother figure has given you? So drop it in the comments not in the comments, sorry, I just said email us and we'll share some of our favorites on the next episode.
What was the question again?
What is the best piece of advice your mum or mother figure has given you?
We should have asked that last week so we could answer it this week.
I know, but we're going to do it now anyway. Don't worry, we've still got the American Mother's Day, which is later in the year.
We'll answer it then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Was there anything you wanted to touch on today's pod?
No, that's it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Excited for today?
Yes.
Nails and...
Get my nails done.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out if I'm still going to go boxing at 12 or not.
Give yourself a break.
Because I trained. I went to the gym yesterday morning.
I'd give yourself a break. You've been coughing today and
boxing. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. I've noticed I get obsessed with stuff. So now like I want to go again. So I'm starting to see like improvements here and there. So I'm like, oh, gotta keep going. But I need to eat. I'm hungry.
All right.
On that note, guys, it's been a shorter episode today. I hope you like it, short and sweet. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Share the pod with someone today, and also make sure talk to your mom, ask her some questions that you wanted answers to. Ask your dad as well. Don't let him away with it. Ask him some questions that you have always wanted the answers to, and just find out more about your parents, because they're people too. They have feelings, they had worries, stresses, fears, and I think we'll sign off with that.
Have a blessed day, guys.
See you in the next episode.
Bye.
Peace.